This episode is brought to you by Google Chrome. You think you know a browser, but Gemini and Chrome? That's new. It can help you with practically anything on the web, like restoring a vintage motorcycle from a 50-page restoration blog, or finally break down that long article you've had open for weeks. Gemini and Chrome is here for it. Ready to make anything online make sense? There's no place like Chrome. Check responses, setup required, compatibility and availability varies, 18+.
Are all batteries the same? That's like asking if all soccer players are the same. Take Messi, the most decorated player ever. Is there any other player who has achieved that? No, just him. Now take Duracell. Is there any other battery with power boost ingredients inside? No, just Duracell. Remember, goats only trust goats because they're built different. And Messi only trusts Duracell.
Episode 293, AI, for planning a wedding on a budget in 2026. Good day. I'm your host, Robin. And today, I want to talk about wedding planning. And specifically about planning a wedding that is genuinely meaningful and genuinely beautiful without spending a sum of money that takes years to recover from. Weddings have a cultural tendency toward financial escalation that is difficult to resist from the inside. Every category of expenditure has a premium version and a standard version. And the premium version is usually the one presented first and most attractively. Social comparison makes it hard to feel that simpler choices are good enough. And the once-in-a-lifetime framing makes every expense feel justified in a way it would not be for any other event. The average cost of a wedding in most Western countries is now substantial enough that many couples are starting a shared life with significant debt, which is not the foundation that any couple wants. In 2026, AI has become a useful tool for navigating wedding planning intelligently, helping couples understand where money genuinely makes a difference to the experience and where it does not, and finding creative alternatives that are beautiful without being extravagant. Imagine you are recently engaged and you are beginning to think about the wedding you want. You have a rough sense of what you would like, the number of guests, the general atmosphere, the things that matter most to you both, and a budget that is real and finite. One that you have agreed represents the most you want to spend without creating financial stress. You start looking at venues, and the prices are surprising. You start looking at catering, and the prices are more surprising. You start to feel that the wedding you can afford and the wedding you want are quite different things, and you are not yet sure how to close that gap. AI wedding planning tools and AI assistants are very good at this particular challenge. Budget allocation advice is the first genuinely useful thing AI can provide. Every wedding budget involves trade-offs. You cannot have everything at the premium level within a fixed total. And the question is how to distribute the available money in a way that maximizes the experience you both care about. AI wedding planning tools and general AI assistants ask good questions, can help you think through these trade-offs with data rather than guesswork. They can tell you, for example, that most couples who reflect on their wedding afterwards consistently identify the food, the music, and the photography as the elements that most significantly influenced how they and their guests remember the day, and that the stationery, the centerpieces, and the favors consistently rank much lower in retrospective importance. This does not mean the lower importance items are not worth spending on at all. It means you should spend proportionally more on the things that will actually be remembered and proportionally less on the things that will not. Vendor research and negotiation support is another area where AI provides substantial help. Finding vendors who deliver genuine quality within budget constraints requires knowledge of which vendors operate in a given price range, how to assess their work, what questions to ask, and how to negotiate. AI tools can help you prepare for vendor conversations, generating specific questions about packages, understanding which elements of a vendor's standard package are genuinely necessary versus convenient upsells, and identifying the aspects of a contract that are worth negotiating or clarifying. Many vendors have more flexibility than their initial pricing suggests, particularly around dates, packages, and inclusions, and arriving at a conversation knowing what you want and having asked intelligent questions puts you in a much stronger position than arriving as a first-time buyer with no prior knowledge. DIY and alternative options are an area where AI is particularly creative and useful. The wedding industry has premium alternatives for every category, but it also has creative, genuine alternatives that are equally beautiful and significantly less expensive. AI assistants are very good at generating these alternatives when asked specifically. A licensed restaurant for the reception instead of a dedicated venue. A brilliant local catering company instead of the venue's in-house catering. A talented emerging photographer whose work is exceptional and whose prices have not yet caught up with their ability. Seasonal flowers from a local grower rather than through a florist who marks up significantly. A friend with genuine musical talent rather than a professional band for the ceremony. None of these alternatives is inherently a compromise. Many couples look back on the unconventional choice as one of the things that made their wedding genuinely their own. Timeline and logistics management is something wedding planning tools like Zola and Honeyfund, enhanced with AI features, have become very good at. A wedding involves more interdependencies between decisions and more moving parts than most people have planned before. The venue choice determines the catering options. The catering choice affects the running order. The running order affects the photography brief. The photography brief affects the timeline of the entire day. AI planning tools that map these dependencies and help you understand which decisions need to be made first, and what each decision opens or closes are significantly more useful than a generic checklist. And they reduce the specific anxiety of feeling that something important has been forgotten or left too late. The honest thing I want to say is that the most memorable weddings are not necessarily the most expensive ones. What people remember is how the day felt, the love in the room, the laughter, the moments that were specific and genuine and unrepeatable. Those things come from the people and the attention and the intention, not from the price of the centerpieces. AI can help you plan a wedding that is honest about its budget and creative within it, which is a more sustainable foundation for the life that follows. Next time, we will talk about how AI can help you with pet care and training, because our animals deserve the best care we can give them, and AI has made genuinely useful information much more accessible. Have a wonderful day.